Hey everybody, I'm Mike with Dusty Beard Woodworks. Thank you very much for joining my video. A few months ago, a company named Atezer reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be an affiliate for them for a new laser that they have on the market. I said I would obviously want to try it out, see what it's like, and then I'd be able to consider working with them. So with my own money, I purchased this P20 laser, sent it to me, got it very, very quickly. Got some chance to use it, and I very much like it. So I've had a laser, an X-Tool D1 for about a year now, so I have a decent amount of experience with it. But the P20, a lot of things I'm going to talk about are kind of in comparison to what the D1 does. But overall, this is a great product, and let's get into some of the details. So, the Atezer laser, again, is a 20-watt laser. Now, this is a diode laser. If you've ever heard of the Glowforge, things like that, those are CO2 lasers. They're a little bit more powerful. When you get them, there's actually housing and stuff built in. As you can see, this is more open. It's a little more basic. The lasers aren't quite as powerful with diode lasers as they are with CO2, but these are absolutely wonderful for those people starting out and doing even basic stuff. I make a lot of stuff that actually goes on my Etsy page. So you can definitely make and sell plenty of things with something like this. The benefit of this is it is significantly cheaper than a lot of the CO2s, especially Glowforge. This is several thousand cheaper than some of the models you get. You also have a very large open space to work. This is roughly a 17 by 17 inch work area that you've got. So when I ordered this, it took less than a week for me to get this in, which was amazing. I didn't go through any special channels, nothing. I ordered it like anybody else would, and it came within a week, which was amazing. I don't like waiting. I'm very impatient. Setup was actually very easy. It took maybe about 45 minutes. Not too difficult. The instructions are all very simple, very straightforward. The one thing I really like, when I got my X-Tool D1, I was very impressed with how solid it was. To be honest, this I think is even more solid. The rails in that are thicker, they're a little bit more sturdy. This is just a solid feeling piece of machinery. Overall, first impression on this was very, very good. I'm very impressed with what it can do. So the first thing I very much like about how Atezer has set up their laser is the adjustability for the height. As you can see here, my piece of wood will not fit under the laser. So there's a two-step system to be able to adjust this. First, you have this little kickstand on the side that you flip down. And then on the back is a knob that you turn to loosen and tighten. You set it down so that the kickstand is on your piece. You tighten it up, raise it up, and this is now the exact right height that you need to use the laser. The second thing I very much like about the Atezer is the air assist module. The air assist basically blows air right where the laser is, and it prevents extra burning and that as you're doing your laser. It makes your lines cleaner, makes it look a lot more professional. What they've done is the tube actually integrates within the actual housing of the laser itself, as opposed to being in some other lasers. Kind of an afterthought. It's a bolt-on on the side. This is built in. It works extremely well. This comes with it, and you can actually adjust how much air flows through. So depending on the job you're doing, depending on the what you have the laser set at, this can actually be very, very beneficial. Okay, so this is the burn that you just saw happen. That was obviously sped up. The few seconds that you watched, this actually took about 4.5 minutes. It's a nice, solid, deep burn. As you can see, very, very good quality, excellent lines, especially for something this small that's got quite a bit of detail in it. This thing works very well. This is hickory, one of the hardest woods that we've got in North America. This is absolutely wonderful in terms of how well it does for this. So let's take a quick minute and talk about a few things that I think Atezer can do better as they go forward. This right here is the rotary module. This is perfect when you're trying to laser round objects, water bottles, cups, that sort of thing. This engraver is very good. I like the way it's set up. I like how this rotary works. They even supply a piece with this for either longer objects, or if you have stemmed items, the stems can go in here and it'll support it as you're doing your work. If you notice here though, this needs to raise up significantly more in order to fit on top of the item that's here. The way Atezer has you do that is you have these feet. There's basic feet here that you can see on the sides. You need to basically unscrew those and screw these in to raise the whole thing up so you have plenty of room to work on your rotary items. That is completely ridiculous to try and do, but there is a very simple fix. If you just take a couple of wood blocks and slide them under the feet, that'll do the exact same thing. Very easy to do, like I said. It accomplishes the same thing. You don't have to worry about it moving. It's not going to do anything like that. So this is a very good way to kind of get around that issue. So the second issue that I have, again, this is when you're using the rotary. In order to connect the rotary to the main piece, you have to unplug this piece right here from the front stepper motor and plug this in and connect it to the rotary machine. The problem is it's tucked in this housing and it's very difficult to get to. Fellow YouTuber, the Papa 1947, had a wonderful idea, very easy to do. If you take this stepper motor, unbolt it, turn it 90 degrees and bolt it back in, this is going to be pointed out the way that makes it super easy to change this in and out. I'm going to do that, but first I kind of wanted to show you what the from factory setup is. This is a very easy thing that Atezer could do to make this a lot easier on all of us. So one other issue that I think can be done better is being able to figure out where the laser is actually at any point in time. With the Xtool D1, there's actual red crosshairs that come down and kind of let you see where the laser is going to focus. This doesn't have anything like that. The laser itself is located centrally left to right, but about 2/3 of the way back. It's probably not easy to see, but I actually have a mark on the front and then on the side here. That way I know how to line it up with my piece to be able to figure out how to line this up. If there was some sort of indicator, it would be a lot better to try and line up. So as I said, I purchased the laser with my own money. However, the people at Atezer, since I'm an affiliate, decided to send me their enclosure to try out. And I have to say I'm actually very impressed with it. I was planning on building my own structure as I did for the Xtool D1, but when they said they would send this to me, I thought I would try it out. Now, when you get this, it actually folds flat. This is a vinyl, but there's structured material in there. This comes completely flat. The sides, Velcro on. In the back and then in the front, there are magnets on the front and the sides which keep the lid down. There is laser protective glass, plastic, on the top and on the front. There is plenty of room in here, whether you're using it on the lower level or whether you're going to be using the rotary and need to raise it up. There is plenty of room to get in here. The one thing that I did add was lighting. It gets a little bit dark in there. I ordered a fairly cheap set of strip lights, connected it, and it's all good. The other really good thing about this, whenever I'm messing with my D1 and I need to work on it or anything, it's difficult or I got to take it out of the housing. With this, there's no bottom to it. It just sits down. It allows, I think, one, for better ventilation because you get a little air coming in, but also if I need to work on this, I simply pick the housing up and I have full access to anything that's in there. The other very good thing about this is that on the side right here, it comes with an inline fan as well as the tubing to exhaust out any of the fumes. If you're going to do this, if you're going to do this in your house or whatever, having a fan evacuate all the smoke is definitely necessary. Again, this isn't something I necessarily would have purchased, but I'm very glad that I have it. If you're not big into DIY, if you're not a woodworker, don't have a shop, and don't want to build housing for this, this is an excellent way to go. I highly recommend the Atezer P20 laser. If you are new to lasers, if you're interested but you don't want to spend the money on, say, a Glowforge, this is an excellent investment. It works very well. It's very sturdy. And you can use it on a lot of different things. Some people have asked me, Mike, what do you actually use your laser for? So I make cutting boards in that, and I will laser in designs on various cutting boards that I make. I do a lot of craft shows, so I make signs where I laser that in, and then I make the frames. I often use corrugated cardboard, cutting out these pieces, and I actually made that trooper helmet. The other thing I do is when I do my craft shows, I make laser signs just for pricing and things like that. Very quick and easy. A sign like this takes minutes to make. It's very simple. So I do highly recommend it. If you're interested, there's a link. My affiliate link will be down in the description. Also have to link to my Etsy store. I'll have some of my items that I've used with the laser on there as well. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will do my absolute best to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much for watching.